Welcome back to another episode of TYNI Talks. Today we got Cash in the house. Cash, how are you doing today?
Doing well, doing well. How you doing?
Good. What's your at?
My at is CJ Global ENT.
Okay. So my thing is, I got a question for you, Cash.
What's that?
How do you feel about these immigrants all up in the states?
I don't really feel any way about it,
The
but
illegal ones, by the way, the aliens.
I don't really feel any way about it, but it definitely affects society over here where we are.
So, me personally, the thing is, I'm not against immigrants. Okay, that's not my thing. I know multiple immigrants that have came here legally and they're doing just fine and providing value to the country. I don't have a problem with that. Here's where my problem comes in: the immigrants that are coming here illegally, that's my problem. Because why are they coming here and getting to work for lower wages? Because not only is that messing up our minimum wage, crap, because if something is worth, let's say, $20 an hour, they're willing to do it for like $9 an hour. Now you got all these illegal immigrants working for $9 an hour, and now we can't get jobs. If we get jobs, we get paid peanuts. And it's like, are you serious? And then you got people homeless on the street, but they rather give housing to some immigrants that are illegally here. I don't have a problem with immigrants coming here, but if they're going to be here, I feel like they have to be vetted, because you don't know these people. What if they're serial killers? What if they're like bringing in diseases from other countries? All I'm saying is they need to be vetted before they come here. You can't just come up in here and take all of the legal people's opportunities, the citizens' opportunities.
hmm I actually agree with that, and I also seen a post the other day. This person had a link card with over $13,000 in stamps and over like $4,300 in stamp cash, link card cash. I'm like, man, it's people actually homeless, but this person has a card, a link card with damn near unlimited funds on it. It's crazy.
That's crazy. And they were an immigrant or like illegal?
Illegal immigrant, yeah.
How do you even get that shit if you're illegal? Like, you should just know better. Like, I know people be evacuating their countries and stuff, but at the end of the day, like, those same people, you could come here on refugee status. And if you can't, there's probably a reason for that. Honestly speaking, I don't mean to sound like, actually, yeah, I don't. I'm not sorry when I say that. There's probably a reason that you can't come in here.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly speaking, because everybody else, y'all could get refugee status. My parents, my grandma was a refugee. You see what I'm saying? My mom and dad, immigrants. So that's coming from somebody who is, yes, an American citizen, but I didn't grow up in America. I'm just saying, like, it's not fair to everybody else who's struggling to do things the right way to come here the right way, and now y'all just coming in here overpopulating everything, eating up our food, taking up all our jobs, giving out diseases. And I'm not saying everybody who's an illegal immigrant comes here and gives diseases, but I'm telling you, like, a lot of them should not even be here, because what are you honestly doing? Seriously, what are you honestly doing? It's not okay. And then you got like the illegal dudes that come here from other countries, and they be knocking girls up, and it's just like they can't do shit to support them. The most get provide them with peanuts, and it's just like, are you serious? You just over here messing up our entire country. Go back. And I'm not even trying to sound racist. I'm not against immigrants. I'm against illegal immigrants, because what are you bringing into the country? Have you been vetted? Like, are there any mental health issues? Are there any diseases? Are you breaking out of a jail? Like, what's going on over here that you're coming illegally and you can't get on refugee status? Because come on now.
I understand that we all are in pursuit of happiness. We all looking for a better quality of life, but also I try not to get into politics too much. But they probably wouldn't be here if the borders weren't open. So it's like
Facts.
that is something that plays a big part that wasn't always possible. And now that the borders is open, it's like welcoming. And in regards to that, and trying, people are looking for a better quality of life from where they were already at, and just looking for a way to actually sustain. That's what we dealing with. Seem
Yeah.
like
Yeah. And honestly speaking, it's not. I'm not just like I'm not talking about Mexicans. I'm not like there's more than just Mexicans. Okay,
exactly.
there's literally Venezuelans,
Yeah.
bro. There's random Albanians. I don't even know how they did it, but when I actually there was a situation where my parents were actually visiting, and I went to the grocery store. I was coming back, and I seen like a 16-year-old boy on the side of the road trying to sell flowers. So I ended up just going up to him, and I said I was gonna buy all his flowers, bought all his flowers, and then I gifted the flowers back to him. And then, anyways, because he had a sign saying that he had to make his rent for his parents, and then I tried to buy him grocery. So turned out they had like a little van, so they pulled up in the van,
Mm.
and they barely speak English. He translated and and at that point, I needed an extra cleaner and somebody to cook. So I was like, I'll pay y'all, to cook and clean for me. That's usually my go-to when I'm like trying to give people opportunities and trying to put money in their pockets. So they were down at first, and they were living in like a studio apartment in the Irving side. They were down, but I asked them how the hell did you even get here because they weren't telling me at first,
Mm.
and they said that they got refugee status from Canada. And then just hear this out because I lived in Canada. I hold a Canadian passport and I hold an American passport. So I don't want to hear like when somebody tells me this because I grew up in Canada too. That is a great place to come if you're coming from a different country.
Mm.
Honestly speaking, these people decided, and it makes me so mad even talking about it, to take their baby and take their family, and there's like a little like body of water, you know, from the border. They straight up went in it, walked through it, and it was like up to here while they had a kid,
Wow.
and got to the American side from Canada. And I'm looking at them like, are you good? Because like
That's all it takes.
if you're illegal or if you're an immigrant on refugee status, man, you can get a job, you can get citizenship there in a
Yeah.
couple years. Like, listen, man, there's opportunity. You could live like everybody else over there. I hated living in Canada for my own personal reasons, but besides that point, if you're illegal or if you're trying to have a refugee status, in America not taking you, go to Canada. Seriously, go to Canada.
Mm.
But then they wanted to come here and now look at you on the side of the freaking road. Like, this is not okay. You had an opportunity. You should have done it the legal way. I'm very like, do things the right way or do not do it at all.
Facts. Facts. I understand that.
It's just that was just over with. Because I'm like, man, he can't get a job. You're not letting him go to school, bro.
Mm.
He's 16. You want him on the side of the road selling flowers, bro? Like, wasn't this y'all decision as parents and you put
Mm.
two kids through this who they were from Albania, and I'm just like, I get y'all left y'all country. I don't know too much about what's going on there, but Canada, you really like swam through the damn water with a baby.
Yeah,
Like, is you cool?
that's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, and then
Um,
came to Texas by driving. Man, over with.
um, you don't have any kids. I don't have any kids. I feel like what is happening in society determines my decision to have kids. For real, for real. I'm not gonna just put it all on what this person is doing, but at the end of the day, what is happening out here matters. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're affected by it or not, it still plays a big part in everyone's future, generations to come. So those are the type of things I look at in regards to, trying to start a family here and just moving accordingly. I don't see myself living in the U.S. I see myself running businesses here, but living abroad. Um, but as far as migration and things like that, as long as you have a good head on your shoulders, you trying to come out here and do the right thing, like Spike Lee, then so be it. I feel like that's what it's all about: trying to level up and be better than you were uh, a lifetime before.
Yeah. And honestly speaking, I'm gonna tell you something as somebody who's lived both in Canada and America. If you want to start a family, You want to have just like a stable little career, have a house, some kids, you know, groom them in your house, raise them how you want to, go to Canada. If you want to make good money and you want to build something that's going to stand, you want to build generational wealth, come to America. Straight up. America has given me so much opportunity, seriously, that Canada could never, because there's not that many resources. Even if you're in music over there, there's not that many resources. There's seriously not that many resources. Even education, there are not that many resources. I would have stayed in Canada if I could have, because I was happy there. I had my best friend, I had my parents, but I couldn't because there was no opportunity for me. Like, just to go to university, you had to go back and upgrade a crap ton of courses after you graduated high school. It's just like too much, like you can never kickstart your career over there properly, and when you finally do, you get paid basically the bare minimum enough to, have a house and kids, unless you go become, a freaking doctor, lawyer, which is like crazy amounts of school. It's just like, really, if you value, having a family, my kids, all that like stuff, go over there. But you value building generational wealth,
Yeah.
come here. If you don't
And
mind people being cold, come here. You want people to be all nice and cutesy to you, and hey, how's you doing? Go to Canada. Over here, this not for the sweet. America not for the sweet. Over there, people are too nice to the point where like they're ditzy. Like, I'm telling you, people in Canada, literally, your car could break down and 10 people will stop for you right there in the middle of the night. I promise you. Over here, man, if your car breaks down,
you better call AAA.
exactly. Ain't nobody gonna help you. If somebody breaking your house there, you can't kill them. That's illegal. Over here, man, the moment you take the first step to my driveway, what we doing? What we doing over here?
Bang bang.
Yeah.
But no, I completely understand that. And that's why I don't see anything wrong with migration. It's just a sense of, I'm looking at it in regards to like, okay, there's a reason why people want to, travel here and start something fresh here, because they are limited to opportunities where they currently are. So that, in that sense, all positive and kudos to that. But in regards to people just coming here to leech, or, what I'm saying, just be destructive, that's totally different.
Yeah, like my ex fiance, he had terrible intentions of coming here, and the way that I had found this out is because he would use my phones that more than he'd use his. So he was logged into Facebook. He had spoken in ego to another friend on it, and I had gotten it translated as well, and by multiple people. And the conversation basically was like, oh, these white girls here is only good for one thing. Like, people they're really real life coming here with the intention to marry somebody, that's a female, take advantage of them and get papers, and live off of them and leech off of them. That was literally the whole conversation in there. I'm not even white, but dude was talking about, oh, weren't you gonna marry that girl? And I'm just like, and he's like, man, this is what these American girls are good for. And I'm like,
Mm.
bro, like, you just coming here to like leech, take advantage. Like, come on, coming to America with zero freaking plan. We can go to any other country. Seriously,
Yeah.
if you're going to do something, do it right, or don't do it at all, because this isn't fair to the rest of us. Again, I'm not against immigrants. I'm against illegal immigrants, and that's what I have to say, honestly speaking.
Likewise, likewise.
But anyway, this concludes today's episode of TYNI Talks. Thank you for joining us today, and we hope to see you on the next one. Deuces!